The story begins with our protagonist, Sion, an overweight girl with a light-hearted personality but burdened by shyness and a lack of self-confidence. Sion loves singing and dancing and even has an online radio show where she hides her appearance to avoid disappointing her fans. Her dream is to graduate high school and then isolate herself, spending her time eating and sleeping in her room. One day, Sion smells delicious food and discovers her family is having a barbecue. She goes down to the garden to eat with them. Her mother and father allow her to eat freely, unconcerned about her appearance, assuring her that she is beautiful even with her weight. However, Sion is sensitive and affected by societal standards, leading her to retreat indoors and look at a family photo, questioning why she looks different from them. On the other side, we meet Shia, Sion's twin sister, who is her complete opposite. Shia is slim and beautiful, and despite not having a beautiful voice, her looks allow her to work in numerous advertisements. Shia admires a famous singer in her company named Song and wishes to get to know him. We see Shia practicing dance and having an interview with a reporter where her friends show envy towards her fame. Her manager informs her that the company will conduct an interview at their home, making Shia nervous. She sends a message to her sister asking her to hide so no one sees her, as she is ashamed of her due to her weight. Sion hides family photos in her room and locks herself away until the interview is over. During the interview, Shia tells the reporter how proud she is of her supportive parents. When asked about siblings, Shia lies, saying she has an older sister who travels abroad. Meanwhile, Sion experiences a stomachache and needs to use the bathroom, but tries to endure it. Shia notices her sister and tries to conceal her from view, leading Sion to rush to the bathroom. After the interview ends, Sion confronts her sister and reveals that she heard everything. She questions why Shia lied about her traveling. Shia laughs at her and confesses that she is ashamed of her and doesn't want anyone to know she has a fat sister like her. She wishes Sion would disappear from her life. Sion becomes furious and imagines herself fighting her sister and punishing her for her bullying behavior. The next day, Sion goes to school, where it becomes evident that she has no friends and everyone bullies and mocks her. Sion walks with her head down and earphones in to avoid hearing their hurtful words. She sees her classmate, John, whom she seems to have a crush on, but he and his friends always make fun of her. Sion remembers an incident from a year ago when she wrote John a letter confessing her feelings and desire to be with him. However, her classmate read the letter and mocked her along with her friends in front of John, who laughed along with them. Due to Sion's kind and vulnerable nature, she couldn't respond or defend herself. Back in the present, Sion feels distressed and counts down the remaining days until graduation, eagerly awaiting it. Meanwhile, Shia is filming an advertisement with Song, but she keeps making mistakes. Song takes a break to rest. He talks to his manager and expresses his unwillingness to continue filming because Shia doesn't know how to sing and relies solely on her looks. Shia sits next to him and tries to get closer, offering to help him with the acting, but he becomes angry at her arrogance. He tells her that he doesn't want to do an advertisement with a girl who has no talent and only exploits her appearance, then leaves her crying due to the harsh treatment from the boy she admires. Later, Sion is playing with her dog, who suddenly runs away. She searches for him in the streets and everywhere until nightfall. Upon returning home, she finds him standing next to an old woman lying on the ground. Sion helps the woman and carries her on her back until they reach her house. It turns out that the woman is a witch, and she tells Sion that she will repay her kindness and asks her to make one wish, which she will grant. Sion doesn't believe the witch and thinks she's a con artist, but she listens to her words and asks to become beautiful and slim like her sister, Shia. The witch gives Sion a necklace and tells her to wear it to fulfill her wish. Sion puts on the necklace and leaves the witch's house, not believing what is happening, but suddenly feels a pain in her stomach, loses consciousness, and falls to the ground. At the same time, Shia feels tired during dance class and collapses. When they wake up in the hospital, they find themselves in the same room. Their mother enters and calls their names, causing them to look at each other and scream in shock. They have switched bodies. They don't believe what happened and think it's a prank. They try to return to their true selves and attempt various methods, but to no avail. Shia notices that she is wearing a strange necklace and asks her sister about it. Sion remembers the witch's words and realizes that she was telling the truth. Sion takes her sister and goes to the witch's address, but they are surprised to find her gone, with a sign saying she is on vacation for a month. The sisters sit together and decide that each will live the other's life for a month without anyone knowing, so as not to ruin each other's lives. Shia sits with Sion and gives her advice on how to deal with her new appearance, telling her to be arrogant and speak coldly to people, because if she treats them kindly, they will consider her weak. Shia shows Sion a video of herself dancing, and when she asks her to try, Shia is surprised to see that Sion dances beautifully and realizes that she had been practicing dancing and singing in her room without anyone knowing. Afterward, Shia asks Sion how to deal with her friends, but Sion scoffs and revels. She has no friends friends being ostracized by others. The sisters return home, and their parents are surprised to see them talking to each other like friends for the first time. They enter the dressing room, and each tells the other what they will wear, also exchanging mobile phones. A call comes on Shia's phone, and Seon has to answer since she now looks like her sister. The caller is her manager, asking her to come in for an advertisement. Shia tells her that she must go so as not to lose her job. Seon goes in her sister's body, and there she puts on makeup and looks in the mirror, feeling happy for the first time, experiencing the feeling of being beautiful and treated kindly by everyone without being bullied for her weight. Meanwhile, Shia lives her sister's life and goes to school in her place. There, she encounters John and his friends, who bully her and her appearance. Shia gets angry and wants to respond and fight with them, but she restrains herself so as not to ruin her sister's life. At the same time, Seon is living her sister's life, amazed by her fame and fans. When she enters the rehearsal room, she takes the clothes she will wear for the shoot and is surprised by their small size compared to what she wears as an overweight person. She hears her sister's colleagues envying her and calling her arrogant and conceited because of her beauty, but she doesn't respond to them. When the advertisement shoot begins, Seon gets nervous and makes mistakes in the dance because she is still shy, unlike her sister. When it ends, she feels sad because she failed. Her teammates in the group get angry and blame her because her performance was bad and affected the team. Seon apologizes to them, and her sister's friends are surprised because Shia never apologizes. They think she is pretending and leave her. Seon enters the bathroom, crying, holding the necklace, and wishing to return to her body and life again. Meanwhile, Shia takes advantage of being in her overweight sister's body and eats the food she desires but was deprived of due to her diet. She calls Seon to check on her and asks about her performance in rehearsal. Seon expresses her nervousness and fear. Shia encourages her, telling her to believe in herself, reminding her that she is beautiful and slim in her body now, and suggests she imagines herself in her room singing and dancing without pressure. Seon is happy with her sister's words and promises to focus on the advertisement. Seon gathers her strength, telling herself that this is her opportunity. She must seize it, and she is capable of succeeding. The time for the performance arrives, and Seon takes the stage, dancing with confidence and singing with a beautiful voice. The audience and the team are surprised that her voice has become more beautiful than before. Song looks at her, mesmerized, and seems to be impressed. When the performance ends, the audience continues to clap and cheer for her. Seon descends from the stage, but stumbles on the stairs and almost falls. But Song suddenly appears and saves her just in time, ensuring she is okay. Seon assures him that she is fine. Afterward, Song takes the stage and begins to sing with his beautiful voice. Seon remains focused on him, admiring his voice and his good looks. Later, her sister's manager talks to her, praising her performance. Her sister's friends apologize to her and comment on how her voice was different and more beautiful today. Seon is happy with their words and returns home, where her parents welcome her and tell her that this is the most beautiful she has ever danced and sung. Shia is sitting there, feeling jealous of her sister, so she pours water on her. Their parents are surprised by her behavior because they believe she is Seon and don't know that it is actually Shia. Shia goes to her room and asks Seon to follow her. When Seon enters, Shia blames her and questions why she sang at the performance, as everyone knows her voice is bad, and by singing, she changed their perception of her. Now, when she returns to her own body, she won't know how to act. Seon apologizes and tells her that she won't sing again until they return to their own bodies. Suddenly, a message arrives on Shia's phone, and when she reads it, she is surprised to see it is from Song. She asks her sister if she spoke to him, but Seon refuses to tell her what happened between them. Shia is surprised because Song treated her harshly the last time due to her arrogance. In the message, Song asks her to sing a duet with him, and Shia replies that she agrees. Her sister tells her to sing instead to make him admire her again. The next day, Shia goes to school and opens her sister's locker, finding her diary and taking it with her to read. Shia discovers that her sister had written about her crush on their classmate John, but he rejected her because she was overweight, and he and his friends started bullying her. She also wrote about wishing to die or disappear from life to escape the torment. Shia is deeply affected by her sister's words as she realizes the suffering she endured for something she had no control over. Meanwhile, Seon is in dance practice, and when she finishes, she finds a message from Song asking to meet her on the rooftop. Seon is overjoyed and goes to meet him. Song apologizes to Seon for his past behavior and the hurtful words he said to her before. Seon knows what happened because her sister didn't tell her, and she tells him that she forgives him. Song is happy and tells her that her voice is beautiful. He discovers that they have things in common, and he becomes even more impressed with her. He expresses his desire to get closer to her and hugs her. Seon is thrilled by his words, but she feels nervous because he is saying these things to her sister, not to her. Seon tells him that she has to go because her manager manager is waiting for her. Meanwhile, Shay's friend speaks to the director, feeling jealous that he chose Shay to sing at the concert instead of her. The director justifies his decision by saying that Shay's voice has become more beautiful and that she should be the one to sing. Shay enters and finds the meeting, so she joins them. Her colleagues and the director are surprised because Shay used to be arrogant and always ate alone. The director hands Shay her plate of salad, which surprises her as she's used to eating large quantities of food, unlike her sister, who maintains her weight. At the same time, Sheikah has finished reading her sister's diary and is determined to get her revenge. While walking, she sees her bullies and notices one of them looking in the mirror, claiming her beauty. Sheikah laughs sarcastically, upsetting the girl, who asks why she's laughing. Sheikah ignores her and doesn't respond, but the girl pushes her, causing her to fall to the ground as the bullies laugh. Sheikah decides not to remain silent and to fight back. She pushes all the girls and confronts the main bully, calling her as thin as a reed. When the girl tries to hit her with a pen, Sheikah grabs her arm and warns her not to try it again or she'll regret it. John witnesses the situation and intervenes to stop Shay, but she bullies him too, saying she could never like someone like him. Sheikah walks away confidently, leaving everyone stunned by the sudden change in her personality and her newfound courage and indifference. Later, Song picks up his phone and browses through Shay's pictures, feeling nostalgic. He messages her to meet, and Shay, overjoyed, goes to meet him on the rooftop. This time, Song confesses his love for Shay, telling her he was afraid to approach her because people would think he only liked her appearance, but now he loves her personality and beautiful voice. Shay is happy with his words, but hesitant because she is in her sister's body. However, she can't control herself and admits that she loves him too. They agree to meet after work for a date. Meanwhile, Shia's friend is standing behind them, recording them without them noticing. At home, Shia sits around with nothing to do but eat. Feeling bored, she decides to go out and wander around, heading to the witch's house, but she is still on vacation. When Sion finishes her work, she goes to meet Song at the studio. They agree on the song they will sing together. Sion is happy that a famous star like Song loves her, and she wishes she could stay beautiful forever. Afterward, they walk home holding hands, feeling happy. When Sion enters the house, she finds Shia waiting for her in the garden, bored because there is nothing to do but eat and sleep. They ask each other if anything happened in their lives, but Sion refuses to tell her that she is dating Song while in her body, and Shia also refuses to tell her that she bullied and hit her classmates while in her body. Shia reminds her that only 15 days are left before the month ends, and they return to their own forms. Sion is sad because she wishes she could stay in her beautiful dream and continue dating Song with her beautiful appearance. The next day, Song meets Shia on the rooftop so that no one sees them and discovers their secret. Meanwhile, Shia goes to school and continues reading her sister's diary. She learns that her sister had applied for a dance and singing program, but overheard the judging panel mocking and bullying her appearance, causing her to break down in tears and withdraw from the program. Shia is affected because people judge her sister's talent based on her appearance without giving her a chance. Shia sees her bully classmates practicing dance and laughs at them because they are dancing incorrectly and not remembering the moves. Her classmate gets angry and tells her to show them the correct way. Shia decides to teach them a lesson and performs the dance better than them. Everyone is shocked by her performance and can't believe that this is the shy Sion. John is impressed by her new personality, her talent in dancing, and her self-confidence. He feels like he wants to get closer to her. At night, Sion returns home and finds her favorite food in front of her, but Shia stops her and tells her that she will ruin her body. Sion is surprised that her sister read her diary and gets angry at her for interfering in her personal life. They argue with each other, but then they remember that their bodies are switched. Each of them decides to take advantage of the remaining 15 days and do whatever they want. Sion gets closer to Song. The next day, they film the advertisement together, and when they finish, they sit in the studio to write the lyrics for the song. Sion is surprised to learn that Song follows the radio show where she sings and that he admires the voice of the girl on it, but he doesn't know what she looks like because she never turns on the camera. Sion wishes she could confess to him that she is that girl, but she is afraid. Meanwhile, Shia sits at her sister's laptop and opens the program. Suddenly, the live broadcast starts without her noticing and the camera is on. All the fans see her appearance and mock her for being overweight, saying negative things about her. Shia tries to turn off the camera, but she can't. When Sion returns and realizes what happened, she is shocked and cries because Song must have seen what she looks like and now hates her. Sion holds the necklace and wishes that people would forget her appearance. She falls asleep from exhaustion and sadness. The next day, Sion wakes up and is surprised to find that the live broadcast has been deleted and everyone has forgotten what happened. She thinks she was dreaming, but concludes that the necklace granted her wish. When Shia goes to work, she tries another wish to be sure, wishing for her friend's clothes to tear, and the wish comes true. When she tries again, again and says she wishes for a specific type of food, she is surprised when her manager enters with that food. Shia is delighted that all her wishes are coming true. However, one time, Song is singing on stage and makes a mistake in the lyrics. Yeon rushes to get the necklace and wishes for him to sing well. The wish comes true, but she is surprised that someone gets hurt, realizing that every time she makes a wish, someone close to her gets injured. Later, news spreads that Song stole the lyrics of his new song. When Song sees the news, he becomes depressed and locks himself in the studio. Yeon tries to send him messages, but he doesn't respond. She decides to go to his house, hugs him, and tries to calm him down. Song tells her that he is thinking about retiring, but Yeon encourages him, telling him that he is talented and should continue without listening to what people say. She starts singing with him and coaches him on what they will do together. When they finish, Song thanks her and tells her he is happy to have her in his life. Shia is at school, and her sister's bully classmates call her over, asking her to teach them how to dance and promising not to bully her anymore. Shia is happy and agrees, taking them to practice dance moves and giving them tips to learn faster. Days pass and the month ends. Shia is excited to finally return to her own form, so she goes with her sister to the witch's house, but she is still traveling. Yeon holds the necklace and wishes not to return to her own form until after she sings the duet with Song. The next day, Shia is at school, and John tries to get closer to her and talk to her, but she rejects him, telling him to stay away and that she doesn't want to speak to him. After school, Shia walks home and smells delicious food at a restaurant. She goes in to eat everything she wants, but she feels guilty because she used to make fun of her sister for lacking willpower, yet when she was in her place, she acted the same way. Later, Song calls Shia and tells her that he has decided to take her advice and continue singing. Song holds a press conference and clarifies that he is innocent and that there was a misunderstanding. But then, pictures of him with Shia are published and everyone sees them. Journalists ask about the nature of his relationship with her, but he refuses to answer and leaves. When Shia finds out what happened, she gets angry and goes to argue with her sister for ruining her image in front of people and getting involved with someone as superficial as Song. But Yeon defends Song and tells her that she loves him. Shia laughs and tells her that she is deceiving herself and that if he knew the truth, he would leave her. They argue, and Song arrives and defends Shia, pushing Shia to the ground because he thinks she is one of his fans and is jealous of Shia. He doesn't know that Shia is the overweight girl who fell to the ground. Yeon is shocked by what happened and realizes that Song could never love her if he knew she was overweight. Yeon cries because she was living in an illusion. When she returns home, she takes the necklace and decides to go to the witch to return to her own form. However, when she arrives, she is surprised to find that the witch has died and her daughter is now in her place. Yeon tells her everything that happened and asks what she should do. The daughter tells her that the only way to return to her body is to hold the necklace and wish with all her heart to return. The necklace disappears. Yeon goes to tell her sister what she learned and that she will finally return to her own form, but she discovers that the necklace has fallen from her. They go looking for it together and manage to find it, but Shia's fans appear and chase them to take pictures with her. The sisters manage to escape from them and wander around together, laughing and reminiscing about their memories together when they were children. They become closer to each other and have a good time. Afterward, Yeon goes to meet Song one last time to say goodbye before returning to her true form. She asks him not to be angry with her if she suddenly changes with him. Song hugs her and tells her that it is impossible for him to be angry with her. Yeon returns home and she and her sister hold the necklace, each wishing to return to their own bodies. When they wake up the next day, they are shocked because nothing has changed and their bodies are still switched. They each continue to live the other's life. One day, Yeon asks her sister to bring her the song sheet from home. As Shia goes, she is not paying attention to the road and is about to be hit by a car, but Yeon rushes towards her and saves her from the car. They both lose consciousness and are taken to the hospital. When they wake up, they are surprised to find that each has returned to their original body. Yeon is shocked to see the doctor, who is the witch that gave her the necklace. The doctor tells her that her relationship with her sister has improved and they have returned to loving each other as they did before. She says that her mission is complete and leaves them. Afterward, Shia goes to fix what her sister messed up and meets Song, telling him that she doesn't want to continue with him because she doesn't love him. Meanwhile, Yeon is walking with her dog when John appears in front of her and apologizes for his past behavior. He confesses that he admires her and asks for her number, but Sion feels nervous and apologizes, telling him that she loves someone else, meaning Song, and leaves. Sion returns to her normal life and continues dancing and singing on her show. Later, Song needs a singer for the duet after Shia left him, and he decides to hold a competition to choose the most beautiful voice. Shia encourages Sion to participate in the program. When her turn comes, she is nervous, but she gathers her strength and begins to sing, remembering her memories with Song. She delivers a beautiful performance. All the judges are impressed, and Song is mesmerized by her voice. He feels like he knows her and chooses her to sing with him. They sing the song together, and Sion is overjoyed because she has gotten closer to her beloved, but this time with her true appearance and personality. She has achieved her dream and started her singing career. Sion thanks the miracle that happened to her because it changed her life. And so, we have finished summarizing the series The Miracle. If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel and like it. Peace.